this is Tom Styles, and thanks for stopping by. This is Tom's Radio Room Show, and today BangGood sent me this speaker, multifunction speaker, to review, and I'm going to show it to you today. And if you watched my previous show where I mentioned this, and I told you that I was struggling a little with because the instructions that came with it are all in Chinese. Well, it's not that difficult to figure it out, although it has a lot of functions, so it did take me a little while to figure it out. It's a Bluetooth speaker, so if you have a cell phone or something that will transmit Bluetooth, it will pick it up and talk to it, to this speaker, and you can use this speaker as the output of that device, such as your cell phone. You know, typically your cell phone speaker is not that great, and you need something a little better quality when you're listening to your music. Or even this thing will interface with your cell phone so that you can use it for a microphone input to your cell phone and a speaker output, so you get better quality. Plus, you can put your cell phone down and it's hands-free. So let's take a look at this thing. The box out of the way here, and I'll unplug the cable. On the top, and it won't show up very good because this is a shiny gold finish, it won't show up, but there are several button or soft touch buttons, but you can do various things. So you can answer the phone by hitting the center button. You can change the mode because it does have various functions. You can increase the volume and decrease the volume or the channel, and you can stop or start playing the music, the MP3 music, for instance. Now let's go around this thing real quick. Like this right here is the microphone for using it with your cell phone. And then we come around here, and this is the micro USB interface, which actually has two functions, and I'll show you that in a minute. This is what I thought was an auxiliary input jack, and it turns out it's not, and it's actually closed off, so you can't put anything in there. Down here we have, this is the TF SD card slot, so you can put a bunch of music on your card and then play it on here. It'll play MP3 music, and then that's it. Then the bottom is the on-off switch. The battery is self-contained and rechargeable, so there's no batteries to add. Now, the one thing that confused me, as I mentioned before, is this jack right here. I thought that was the auxiliary input jack, but it's closed off. It's not open. So I thought, well, maybe this particular version doesn't have the auxiliary input function. I thought it did, but I'm not. What's confused me? Well, it turns out when I unraveled this cable that comes with it, on this end is the micro SD connector that connects into the back of that thing, and on this end are actually two connectors, a standard USB connector and a stereo audio connector. So what I found out, if I plug this in, and let me get oriented right. Oops. There we go. Now you can charge the battery with this cable, or you can have an auxiliary input with this little baby right here. And for instance, I have an AM/FM radio right here, and I can hook this to the earphone output, and then this will play to that speaker directly, because this does not have a Bluetooth interface. If you have an AM/FM radio that has a Bluetooth interface, then you can connect it to that way. So that's how that works. And I'm not sure which mode I left it in. Also, it comes with a remote control, and the remote control, frankly, is much easier to use than the buttons on the top, especially if you're trying to select an FM station. Then you can use this keypad here, so I can get it in focus, to select the FM station frequency. That's how you do that. Okay, let's turn this on, and let's turn the speaker on. Okay, and I'm not sure which mode I left it in. Let me make sure I got some volume here.
进入蓝牙模式，等待配对。
Also, it speaks to you in Chinese, so it's telling you what mode it's in, but I unfortunately don't understand it. Now, I believe, because it was blinking, I believe it was in the
配对成功。
MP3 player mode, and so it was trying to connect to my cell phone, which right now I have this application for a scanner, so it's listing on the internet for a scanner radio, and it should be playing now. And I may not be connected via Bluetooth. Let's see. Let's check mode here. Now, one thing it doesn't, it tells you what's mode it's in, but not speaking Chinese, I'm not sure what mode it's in. So let's choose some more modes and see what comes up. We've got a lot of choices.
进入音乐模式。
Okay. Let me turn this off. So it's not that. So that, let me silence the speaker with this remote. That is either the MP3 player, because I do have an SD card plugged in here, or it's the FM radio that's built into this. And it's definitely not the my cell phone. Now, one indication I do get on my cell phone when I'm using this particular application is when my cell phone is connected to the Bluetooth speaker, the volume will be set to the last volume I set it to. When it's not connected, which apparently is not now, it will go back to the volume that was set when I was using the internal speaker. So that will give me an indication whether it's connected via Bluetooth or not to the speaker. So let's turn the speaker back on, or the sound back on, and go to a different mode.
进入线输入模式。
And let me turn this back on. Okay, let's see if it connects via Bluetooth to this. It doesn't appear to be. So that might be the auxiliary input mode. Again, if I understood Chinese, I would know what mode it's in. The other thing I did, to go a little on the sidetrack here for a second, is my phone, this is a Samsung Android phone, has an application that will translate other languages to other languages. So I had set it up to translate from Chinese to English, and I can try to show you that right now. Let me see if I can get back to that application. It's called S Translator, and I have to coordinate this. So I tell it to start listening. I got to set it up for let me see if I can get this. There we go. To input simplified Chinese and output in English. Okay, and you could do either text or voice. So I'm going to do voice, and then I'm going to change mode and see if I can capture what she said.
进入收音模式。
Okay, let me turn that down. Well, I'll change mode.
进入蓝牙模式，等待配对。
Okay, what that was in the FM radio mode. Now, the one thing I noticed, and again, probably if I had the instructions, I could figure it out how to save a station,
配对成功。
but where was it? Oh, when you switch modes and you come back to FM, it's not on the station you left it on. So again, that's probably something that I don't understand because I can't read the manual. But anyway, it heard what she said, and she said the acoustic pattern. Now, I don't know what that means. I think it's trying to tell me what mode she's in. Okay, let's do her again and see what else we can discern from her. Get her to talk. Okay, I didn't get her. Oh, she's trying to talk to the cell phone right now, I think. So let's go back, because we've already shown you how this works, and that's the one help I've gotten trying to translate what she's saying. And probably what I can do later is go through each one of these modes and let this listen to her, and maybe it'll tell me what the mode is, and then I kind of figure out what the sequence of modes are. So let's go back to my scanner application, and we'll start again. Now, it's indicating, since the volume's way up here, that's where I left the volume the last time when it was talking to the speaker. So it should be talking to the speaker right now via Bluetooth. Now, of course, this is a fire EMS station, so it's not that busy. So there's not a lot of activity going on. So that's probably why you're not hearing anything from the speaker. And I could wait several minutes and still not get anything. So we're going to stop that application, and we're going to set that aside. So now let's go to, I was trying to get it in the mode where I think I did show you where this was an auxiliary input. And let's go to some of the other modes, such as the MP3 player.
进入音乐模式。
Okay, that is the MP3 player, because I was able to stop it with the stop button. So it has the MP3 player, and like I say, you use an SD card to input your music. And so I think what I've found is that it has, and the box gives you a little indication of the modes, but not a full indication, and there is no listing of all the things it can do. But I think it can have an auxiliary input, such as your AM/FM radio, the built-in FM radio, which works quite well. Like I say, you do have to use the keypad to select the frequency, and there's probably a way of saving those frequencies, but I haven't figured it out yet. You have the Bluetooth speaker interface. Right now I can interface with my cell phone, and as you can see right now, the volume is turned down, which tells me on this particular application that it's not talking to that speaker because I'm not in that mode. Now let me see if I can change modes again.
进入现输入模式。
Now usually when it's flashing, I think that's meaning that it's trying to connect to a Bluetooth device. And we'll see, we'll give it a few seconds here and see if it connects up. I'm not positive that's in that mode right this instant. Let me actually go to my setup here, and I'll turn off and turn on Bluetooth. Yes, there it is. It says it is paired. Oops, let me see if you can get that there. It says it is paired with the AIDU, which is the manufacturer of this speaker. So it is talking to it. And let's cancel that scan because I don't need to do that anymore. Oh, I didn't put this in play mode. Put this in play mode. and now it's playing. And again, there's no activity, so can't hear anything. So anyway, that's the device. It's about $24 from BangGood, and I thank them for sending this to me for a review, and I really like it. Like I say, the only thing I found negative about it is the instructions, and I have sent them an email today's Sunday, so they probably won't get it until tomorrow, asking if they have a translated into English version of the manual, and I can probably learn a lot more about it. So that's the show for today. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.